Hey guys, Valiant here, and we're about to do a review for Era of Celestials. So this game is quite new-ish, and it is on the same type of gameplay as Dungeon Hunter Champions, which is an ARPG type deal. Now, if you look at the graphics here, they look pretty damn good. Very fun to look at. So let me quickly finish up some quests, get some power, and we will quickly get some actual fighting going on, so you can see what I'm talking about. Very pretty game overall, and obviously it makes you look like a badass. Very flashy. You get really good gear in terms of looks. Let me show you here. Look at that. That is pretty damn amazing. Now I am level 402, 3 actually. So yeah, I look even more badass. You get a lot of glow. The glow up is real. And now the gameplay it's mostly auto, like you can see. I'm not actually touching the game right now. And actually, you can play the whole game in auto, and you can take control at any time if you want to, such as to dodge abilities in bosses and stuff like that. But overall, it's auto, which can get repetitive, definitely, because you're not really playing the game, you're mostly watching it and clicking here and there. But I think it's still pretty fun. And there's also offline leveling in terms of this thing called offline automation, and you can get later on I'll explain how to get the items that increase your offline automation. You get levels, you get gear through that, so it's a really nice way to level up while not even playing. Now the leveling itself is extremely quick. As you can see, I'm level 403 and I only started less than a week ago actually, so super quick game. The leveling, especially at the beginning, is so fast. You're just like, levels don't matter, and you're correct. Until 250 levels don't actually matter. And what else? Well, the actual where the meat of the game is not the leveling, but the promotions, which is this type of stuff here. You get a lot of stats. You get, pretty much class ups. You also rank up your Elysians, which is that form, the angelic forms that you get through stories. And you go into this, it's kind of like an upgrade to your own regular stance. And then there's sprites, which are just pets that do extra damage and give you extra passives. And they have their own skill. So that's one way to pretty much level up, quote unquote, your character. Now the gearing is extremely consistent. You're not stuck with the same gear at all times. You get a whole bunch of different gears. You can see here 2 different weapons, amulets, rings, the whole shebang. So it's pretty consistent. You never really get bored, and every few, I would say every 100 or so levels, you get a new set of gear in terms of looks. So you don't really get bored of how you look either. Now, with the gear itself, you can augment it in terms of enhancing the gear, so you get it up to higher tier. And this tiering system actually stays no matter what gear you have, so it's really nice. You don't have to, when you get a new piece of gear, re-tier it up. You can socket your gear, lots of gems. And you can append it, which is, yet again, just improving your gear in even more fashions. Just something else to do. Alright. And then, okay, so I reached the point where I can't do the story. That's fine. Alright, the dailies themselves, they're actually in the events tab. It's a little weird, but there are a bunch of dailies, a bunch of dailies. You can do group dailies, other game modes, which are also dailies and time limited events. So the daily system pretty much targets every single aspect of the game, from PvP to like you see here, XP, daily quests, guild quests, everything gets targeted, bossing, and all the other forms of play. The social system is pretty decent, I would say. First, there is your friend group. You get yourself a bunch of friends. You can talk to them and everything. Then you get your guild here. Your enemies, interestingly enough. You get enemies. Oh, I actually didn't even know that. I don't know what you do with that. And then you ignores, obviously. Now, where the social system shines more is in the guild section here. You get a whole bunch of buildings. You can store gear and, pretty much trade gear between people. You have your guild quests, which improve your guild itself, your guild lab, so you increase your stats. Guild shop, you get upgrades to these two items are for your sprites and Elysian. The treasury here you can donate to improve your guild some more. And different activities such as tower defense type game mode and a guild feast, which gives you experience and guild contribution. Always nice. And there's a guild ranking system, a guild league, all types of good stuff. And there's also a grouping system. So let's say I want to do team challenge here. I can create a group and there's up to 4 people. And yeah, you can just do different types like bossing and whatever else you can do through grouping. Now the currency, there's actually a bunch of different currencies in this game. The most obvious one is your gold, but they actually don't do much with gold. You only upgrade your skills and you buy potions. What really matters is these, which are the rubies, the red ones in the middle. I'm pointing at them and I realize, oh, you can't see my finger. And with the rubies, so if you go to store here, you get a whole bunch of more important things. This right here, the automation card, is what you use to increase your time of farming offline. You get things like vouchers here, which they're kind of like extra quests for experience, so on and so forth. Pets, upgrades, materials, whatever have you. I'm keeping them right now because I'm not 100% sure what to spend them on, so I'd rather just stockpile them, and then when I figure that out later on, I will, not waste them. So that's what I suggest you do, is educate yourself on the game and then spend your hard-earned rubies. Now the third currency, as you saw, are these diamonds. That's the paid currency. And with the paid currency, like you would expect, you get the best stuff. You actually, one second here, we'll get back to that. Chests and different things you can buy with diamonds. Here's the actual pricing for all your diamond needs. You can also invest diamonds to get rubies. Here you go. If you need rubies, it's pretty much a monthly type deal. All right. And there's also different forms of currency on top of all that, such as, let's quickly go to events here. The game's a little confusing to navigate. That's one negative that I don't like. So if you go to exchange shop here, finally, here's different types of shops for different currencies, such as arena, guild currency, treasure hunt and assist shop I haven't gotten to yet, but there's more. Look at all this gear you can get and all these materials as well. And here are the potions for your gold. All right. Now the trading, as you saw there for a second, the trading is your auction house, and it only works with diamonds, and that is a flawed system in my opinion. Not even rubies, just diamonds, and they don't really sell because nobody really, not everyone buys diamonds in this game, so most of the stuff just sits there. I don't ever see it be bought or move, so I just ignored that whole system. Now, the reason why I didn't talk about the story is because it's really not the best. It's It's very, especially at the beginning, when you are interested in the story, you pretty much just makes you feel like you're the strongest, you're overpowered. It strokes your ego, but really it's not that great. And then at the end, at the beginning, it even has voice acting, which is questionable. That's one way to put it. It's questionable. And then and then it just falls off. There's no more voice acting later on in the game. And I just kind of gave up on even reading the story. But the main reason for it is to level up quickly. And that it's very good at. It's very, very good at leveling you up quickly. So that's what you use it for. And PvP itself, which is the last thing we'll talk about, there is arena system, which you get 3 opponents and you can fight them, increase your rank. I'm currently rank 64 in the server. Still working on that myself. And yeah, there's obviously daily rewards here, which is really nice. There's a ranking system for the best of the best. So good for them. Here's the ranking for Arena, Warrior Guard, which is something or another. Tower of Legends, which is a infinite tower, like you'd expect most of these games to have. Which is all part of the daily system, right? A bunch of different modes here. And yeah, overall, that is the arena system. And then there's also one more PvP aspect, which is player killing. You can actually, if you go under your portrait, choose different ways to kill people. And I haven't found a reason to do PKing except to maybe clear a person off of the place you are farming. But, I mean, overall, there's not much reason to player kill. So yeah, that is my review for Era of Celestials. I give this game a solid 7 out of 10. Definitely a lot of improvements to be done, but it's definitely above average in this type of game. I feel like the auto system, even though it kind of, waters the game down, nowadays with phone games and mobile games, the auto system is what people like. I've noticed a lot, such as in Dungeon Hunter Champions, when they added co-op, a lot of people complained that there was no auto system. So definitely having auto on everything and an offline leveling mode is a plus for this game. So yeah, 7 out of 10. That's what I give it. Alright guys, thank you very much. Have a great day. See you in the next one.